So this is inside Ekpe, and straight down leads you to just less than 1 minute drive. You will see the Yaba Tech. So off this road is leading to Richfield Prime Garden. So let's go. So for those asking for the road that leads to the estate, here we go. Now, this is an area that is still developing. So of course, for some parts the road are good, and some other parts the road is not so good. But like I normally say, that should not discourage you from when you're buying into emerging community. This is Mojoda Eredo community. So you're buying into a property in an emerging community, you would to wait for land banking, to wait for the development to catch up with you. So yes, you wouldn't expect it to be all to have all the infrastructures in place like places like Lekki or Ikoyi. So yes, it is a fast developing environment, community, so to speak, and as it keeps developing, your property keeps appreciating, and that's why it's selling at that price right now. Let's enjoy the ride so you can see to the end of the road. People are living in this community. They are living here already, so yeah. Okay, so there's a straight road to access this property. So we could ordinarily have come in from here. Right. Okay. Yeah, you can use that road as well. So it's not a complete bush where nobody's living. Excuse me. It's a place where like I said, it's a community where people are living already. Again, it's called Mojoda Eredo. Called. We have a primary school here towards the street. So straight down leads to the estate. Like I said, the third road ends from here, and then from here towards the other end. From here to the estate is not yet towned. However, remember, we're buying these properties at a very cheap price. This is a place where, of course, you will find such a property. Most of the people who moved into Ekpe earlier have sold some of these places that are way more outside, and like I normally say, at a cheaper price. So those who got into Ekpe earlier, maybe 3 years ago, 2 years ago. But now that there's a rush in Ekpe, evidently Ekpe now is becoming a place where land will soon be scarce. Like I said, next year prices of land in Ekpe will drastically go up, especially for the titled ones, the ones with title, the ones facing the express, the lagoon ones, and all of that. They will shoot up. So this road also is where we have Farm City. Just straight now as well is where we have Farm City. So there are still farmlands around this place where people can buy and use for farming. So yeah, please pardon my voice. It's not, like I said, not feeling too fine, but I just have to do what I have to do, right? So yeah, a lot of I don't know if you people know, but Ekpe land is not majorly flat. They are uphill, downhill. What's it called now? They're not flat lands. So if you find a place where you're buying a property that the estate is completely flat, then it's not within town. It's maybe where you have places where you have lagoon front, you have ivy chestnuts. Yeah, those places, some of them, most of them there are flat lands, but some, mostly rather in the core town, are not flat lands. Just like you see here, they have up and down hill, and then they have shallows. But this particular estate, Richfield Prime, is definitely not. It's stable, right? It's flat, so to speak. So yeah, of course, it's a good one to speak. So yeah, we're still adding to the estate. Like I said, this Richfield Primeview is due to popular demand. A lot of you know that I really don't sell properties below 3 million naira, 4 million naira. Not because I don't want to. Okay, yes I do, but just in a way of other. But then you now see a lot of people demanding for properties less than 1 million naira in Ekpe. People want to buy 5, they want to buy 10, they want to buy 15 plus together. So yeah, hence why I decided to introduce, search for this, because it's not all about just buying cheap lands or expensive land. It's about buying a safe and secured property, because that's key for me. That's primary for me. Okay, so yeah, this is one of the lands that is okay for you to buy for those who are looking for extremely cheap land. The truth is, some people still want to buy into these things. People want this, take advantage of these opportunities. Imagine buying 5 plots and then you're getting an extra plot free, making it an acre. So yes, a lot of people want to key into this, and I realized that, okay, instead of me starving my community of investors the opportunity to invest in these properties, because some of you are already even investing in some of these property respective. So yes, I said, okay, let's talk about this. So I want you guys who fall into this category to take advantage of it now that you can, before the estate is sold out. Because the way I'm looking at it, the speed at which people are buying into this property, honestly, this property will be sold out before you know it. And I'm not kidding, because you have people buying multiple plots, 10, 5, 15, 20. So yeah, that gives you the assurance that it will soon be sold out, because people are buying in multiple plots. It doesn't also mean that people are not buying in 1 plot, 2 plots. It's based on capacity. So yes, whatever your capacity is, I want to advise you to buy into it now. Take advantage of the current pre-launch and promo. So yes, its title is not titled yet. It's a freehold land, meaning it is free, and it will be easier to get the C of O. So it's C of O in view. So hopefully they can acquire the C of O next year. And we all know how this works. If they acquire the C of O next year, yes, it will shoot up the price. That's why you have places like Ivory Chestnut right now, C of O land, selling at 8.5 million naira in the same way, Lagoon Front selling at 7.5 naira. That both will become 10 million naira in a couple of days. So yes, you want to take a risk and buy smaller in larger quantity. This is the risk you take. You wait until you get until the document is acquired, and then you will be happy. Because the truth is, Ekpe is not like a Lekki, right? Where you have to buy, if you buy a land that just have the registered survey or a registered layout, it means that you have to get apply for the decision, get it gazetted before you now apply for CO. But in Ekpe, the terrain is different, so you just have to buy and then apply for your CO directly. So if it's a freehold, it is a go-go. Ensure that it's actually a freehold. It's important to also be able to diverse that, to know that. Okay, so like I said, a lot of investors are still looking out for properties below way cheaper where they can buy, because the advantage, for what I discovered, is that the advantage for these investors is that they want to own as many properties plots as possible, because if some are buying into places like Gracias, Morganite, Ivory Chestnut, Lagoon Front, Treasure Garden, all of these CO lands, which is not less than 7.5 billion naira, the minimum. So if they're buying into this kind of property, it takes a lot. Some people don't have the muscle to buy more than one plot. Some IS2 plot, but of course some can buy as many plots as possible. But for those who couldn't buy more than 1 or 2 plots, it's an advantage for them to own multiple plots in this kind of location. So hence why it is important that people that I bring this, that's why I've been talking about this property in a couple of weeks ago now, that I started talking about this property. Is for you people, and I've seen a lot of reactions. A lot of people actually bought from me. Thank you. In fact, I was wild. I'm like, oh really? So truly people want this kind of property, because they still, it's just, it's a big risk, but then if you take your calculated risk, it's way the advantage you come. So like I said, the farmland is just straight down. But ladies and gentlemen, we've got into the estate. Look at it here. That's the signboard. And then we're going into the estate. See, it's about 12 minutes, less than 15 minutes drive from the major of the roads, which is not bad. Yes, because the road is bad at some point, it's not been graded. That's why you're looking at it like that. If by the time, give it another 2 years, so to speak, let's keep monitoring it. By the time this road is graded, trust me, this property the drive rather will be will be about 5 minutes or less than from the road to this place. So yes, there are so many advantages in taking such a good risk. It's just a calculated risk, if you ask me. And the way that this place is laid out is also a road, so the estate is kind of facing a mini road, not a major road, but a mini road. So this road now approaching is the estate itself. So yes, those asking for the road to, you see that I've done a road drive straight down to the estate. You see that it's completely straight down and it's easy to locate. So thank you so much. I want to encourage you guys again to buy into this property now that you still can. So welcome once again to Richfield Primeview in Ekpe. So this is the estate right here. There are other estates around there that are selling. Look at it there, down there. Let me show you guys down there. See it? See down here, look at the estate there. We're selling for 1.2 already. They're increasing it now. I think I heard they have increased it to 1.5 million naira. So Richfield Primeview is within 2 other estates. All right, so 1 minute, let me get out of the car. Right, so like I said, it's in between. And what I was explaining earlier about it being a land that is flat, if you look at it very well, exactly. So you see that it's on a flat land. So it's like this. See another estate right there with the hill. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching this video to this end. I really appreciate. So yes, if you ask me, this is not a far distance at all. It is not far from the road as far as I'm concerned. Yes, it's not so close to the road, but it's not a far distance to the road. I've seen so many properties that are being marketed online that the road network is deep inside, maybe 30 minutes from the major road. The access road is even worse than this. Okay, so you have to take the opportunity of I don't know when you're watching, maybe the promo would have ended when you're watching, but wherever it is that you're watching, please give me a call. Let's get you settled down here. They will start work in earnest in January, hopefully in the new year. I'll give you guys updates on it. Thank you once again. My name is Bigness Usman and I'm your Fab Lady Realtor for Nigeriarealestate. So I'll see you guys when you give me a call in my next video. So right now I have to say, what double?